Hello everyone out there, and welcome to Dirty Nerd Digital's Starships and Scoundrels campaign. My name is Dave, and I'll be your game master. We're using a Star Wars 5e system to tell the story of the crew of a smuggling freighter known as the Mayday, set about a year after the fall of the Jedi Order. Each session is going to be going live on Monday nights around 7 p.m. Pacific time, so make sure to subscribe, click the bell, do all those YouTube-y things, and tune on back in next week to catch more. And with all of that out of the way, let's get into it.
Last time on Starships and Scoundrels, May Boone and her group of outlaws told Kiba Kiba to detonate his bomb in Zintar the Hutt's power plant and began their assault on the palace. Meanwhile, the crew of the Mayday snuck into the palace grounds in hope of freeing the captured outlaws. The small team of guards defending Zintar's concert hall were no match for our crew, and they were able to easily descend into the dark depths and secret tunnels below the palace. Just when they thought they might have snuck through the Hutt's Rancor pens unnoticed, the bounty hunter, Xanis Hayes, sprung her trap.
And with that, we return to our crew in the middle of Zintar's now quite well-lit kennel. Xanis Hayes has just closed the viewing portal high overhead after taunting you all and locked the massive doors leading out of this cavernous room. The smell of raw meat ekes out of the various storage containers scattered around, and the stench of freshly shoveled Rancor Pit fills the nostrils of those of you who have nostrils, which is half of you. The sound of multiple roaring rancors just fills your ears as most of them are clawing at the force field, still holding them inside their individual pens. The bounty hunter that was overhead just turned off the force field containing one of the larger rancors to your due north, and the vicious beast has started charging towards you all. Time to roll for initiative! R5, you're up first. What would you like to do? Quite a distance away is a large-sized Rancor is beginning to charge.
And with two boxes in front of me, which means that...
You can see it kind of peeking over the top. It's pretty tall. And these boxes are only about 6 feet or so high.
Due to the line of sight, it doesn't look like it can take a clear shot.
Let's see. We go from there.
Yeah, because it's basically, it'd be clipping
the edge. Unfortunately it clips.
Right?
Yeah, unfortunately it goes slightly through the box. So, if you're able to move one space to the left, you can you'll have line of sight. But currently you're still behind the box enough that you can't quite get a shot on it.
I think it's better if I just duck back behind the box and use my bonus action to hide.
Sure, you can do that. Go ahead and roll for stealth, please.
All right. And that is a 17 total.
Nice, good to know. As far as the Rancor is concerned, you can consider yourself hidden. Harry Johnson Inyaba, tis your turn.
So I see the Rancor, and I'm just going to run straight towards it.
Yeah.
And then
Nice.
I'm going to action dash straight towards it.
All right. So you can get up right about there.
Perfect.
All right, on to Kiba Kiba.
All right, Kiba Kiba is going to move back to right there. And first, he's going to mark the Rancor as his Ranger's quarry, which requires no action.
So yeah, Kiba turns, and as he's starting to kind of run away, looks over his shoulder, points at the Rancor way off in the distance, and then turns on the spot. Then what do you do?
All right, next, he's going to cast the Capacity Boost Tech Power, which is that one. Very handy when you have a sniper rifle, I've got to say.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, being able to just reload as a free action is incredible when you have to reload after 2 shots. So all right.
Yes, indeed.
Now we're on to his actual actions, which is going to be to snipe.
All right, do it.
And I do believe I get to do it at advantage, thanks to my responders routine, which is on the first round of combat, I have advantage on my attacks against enemies that haven't taken their turn yet.
That you do.
Which this Rancor hasn't.
Indeed.
Poor bastard.
Yeah. That's a crit, baby!
Oh, even on the screen, like the one die that turned into the natural 20 was like on an edge, and then the one that ended up on an 8 like nudged it onto a 20. Ooh, very
So
nice.
this-
Crit, baby! Roll that double damage.
All right. And of course, he's going to add his Ranger's Quarry damage to that. And
As he does.
he has a feat called Weapon Master, or Weapon Expert, I should say, that allows him to roll his weapon damage at advantage once per turn. So he's certainly going to do that when he crits.
Yep, so you'll roll that damage twice and take the higher of the two.
Nice.
Oh!
And so then I need to roll 2d6 and take the higher of those two. Alright, so that's 5 plus 26, which is 31.
Yep, I mean, he takes it.
31 energy damage. Alright. And extra attack!
Yeah.
26, so close to another
So
crit.
close.
So close.
26 hits, yeah.
Alright.
Inches.
So this one does not have advantage on the damage, nor can I add my Ranger's Quarry die to it. So it is a measly 6 energy damage for that one.
Okay. Pathetic.
All right.
What are you doing?
And then
What do
he's
you-
going
why do you
to
have that?
use that free action reload.
Why can't you just get a crit every time?
That would be nice. All right, and that's his turn.
All right, that's a hell of a first turn. We're on to W Dread.
Oh, great. I have to follow that. All right.
Never go after the Gungan. It's always a mistake.
I just spent
Yeah.
my first turn hiding. Don't worry, there's a low bar here.
Well, funny, because that's what I'm gonna do too. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20 around behind this crate here. Just, you guys have got this. And he's going to duck down behind this crate in an
Hey.
attempt to not be a target. I will also throw Kiba another potent aptitude
Nice.
as a bonus
Nice.
action.
So after the fact, but before the results, yeah, you get to add. What's the current die size?
Currently a
Was it again?
D6.
Nice. So D6. If I start to say what the result is and you don't like it, just start talking and it'll count as you implying that you are trying to roll it, and I'll be like, oh, my bad, because I don't have patience sometimes. But
right.
I do have hindsight.
Do you want me to roll a stealth check as well? Or hiding?
Yeah, if that's what you're. Yeah, if you're mechanically hiding, please roll a stealth check.
Ooh. All makes sense. That'll be. Let's scroll down. That'll be a dirty 20. 19 on the die.
Nice. You can also consider yourself to be hidden. Woohoo!
Get out of my hiding spot, droid.
So, hide behind this crate often?
Yes, and with that, the Rancor gets a turn.
While I see my teammates disappear behind me, you just see Wookiee screaming towards the Rancor.
You at least heard the very powerful sound of Kiba's sniper rifle zip over your shoulder and just pelt it straight in the chest. But you know exactly where the other two have run off to. Actually, you probably don't know exactly where they are, but you know they're not there anymore. Yeah, the Rancor sees the charging Wookiee, who happens to be directly lined up with the person who shot him. So hey, I see no conflict in moving that direction. So he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so fortunately you are out of the range of his bite attack, but he does have 2 clawed hands to start swinging at you, because he's got a little more reach on those gangly arms. As he's just
That's less good.
lumbering forward, just and just like starts taking swipes at you. Let's do these one at a time. Give me a defense roll, please.
Alrighty.
First claw attack.
And for the first claw, it is an 11.
Oh, an 11 is most certainly going to hit you.
Yes, it is.
That's for sure. So first claw attack, that will be 13 kinetic damage that is halved to 6 because of your raging and down to 4 because of your damage reduction.
Yeah, buddy. Alright, so.
Nice. And he's coming at you with another claw attack, so give me another defense roll, please.
Alright, second roll. 15.
15 is still not enough. He's going to go ahead and take that extra swing.
Do it too.
And you take, with this one, so that's 12 down to 6, down to 4. So you take another 4 points of kinetic damage total after all your reductions. And that's it for the Rancor's turn. End of round 1. This silly adolescent Rancor thinks I can fight a Wookiee. What a joke.
So I can move out to here and then try to take a blaster pistol shot.
Sure.
Actually,
that's definitely in your disadvantage range, correct?
Yes, that is disadvantage range.
Okay.
Would the fact that I'm currently hidden have any effect, or would I just
you get to roll at
disadvantage?
advantage. So it would be a net even, so you just get
just balance it out.
Yep.
All right.
Precisely. An 18 hits. Yeah, roll some damage.
All right.
You do not have an ally in there, and you did not roll at advantage, so no sneak attack, unfortunately.
Nope. And then I just rolled a 1 on the dice. Well, that sucks.
For a total of
6.
That's not too bad. Not too bad. All things said and done.
Exactly what Jackie's failed second shot was, so, you know.
Then we are on to Hetty. Got a Rancor right up there, almost in range of you.
I am gonna get right in front of it.
Yeah, you are.
Vibro Battle Axe.
Roll for that attack, please.
Dirty 20.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll some damage, please.
18 kinetic damage.
And that's including rage, I assume?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. Very nice. 18's a strong hit.
And then another Vibro Battle Axe. Attack for 21.
Yeah.
For 17 kinetic.
Nice. Both very strong hits.
Yep.
It's still looking mostly unfazed at this point, but still a lot of strong hits for sure.
And I'm just looking at it going, and
it's just it's just the two of you screaming at each other as you're just wailing on it.
And that ends my turn.
Very nice. Kiba.
Alright, Kiba is gonna shoot again with his sniper rifle, but no advantage this time. That was only on the first turn.
Oh, darn. You don't have advantage anymore?
I don't. 15.
8
15
points.
hits.
Nope.
Alright. 15 hits.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's 13 energy damage. And
Nice.
extra attack.
Do you get your other thing too?
I can use them, but I can only use them once per turn, so I was hoping I would crit again to then double the... or get advantage on the crit damage.
Yes, makes total sense.
But at the
assuming that
very least,
25
you could
hits.
use it.
25 definitely hits.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so...
So yeah, this time I will use the Ranger's Quarry damage and the advantage on the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's... Oh, I'm glad I used that. Alright.
Nice.
So that would be 21 energy damage.
Nice. Alright, so... Okay, yeah. I mean, he takes it. Mr. Dread, it is your turn.
Alright, I am going to try to circle around here, so... Yeah, we're gonna go 5... 30 towards the Rancor, and then how much of my movement would it take to go prone?
0. You just drop prone. You do not, because of the crate in the way, you do not currently have line of sight, just so you know.
Oh, so I don't need to drop prone. It's like taller than my head.
Yeah, they're all like around
like 10 feet tall.
6 to 8 feet tall or so.
Okay, cool. Then I don't even need to drop prone. I'm just gonna go another 30 feet this direction, kind of circling and trying to keep out of the way of its vision.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because you have not broken stealth at this point, and it is you have not broke, like there's been no line of sight, so the Rancor is currently unaware of where you are.
And I believe that is my turn. Oh wait, sorry, my base speed is 35. I didn't see that.
So give yourself an extra 10 feet there, I suppose.
Boop. Cool. I need to change that on my character sheet.
Nice. So Rancor will go ahead and do that turn. So I mean, there's a Wookiee up in his face. What else is he gonna do? Let's go ahead and start with a claw attack. Harry Johnson Inyaba, please roll me a defense roll.
Yes, indeedy. 13.
13 is not good enough. So
Not
it's gonna
good
go ahead.
enough.
Not good enough. So
We
it's gonna
have
be with claw
hit
attack.
points we could use on these.
This is true.
Yeah, but I've been getting like
so-
4 damage every attack, so it's okay.
Yeah. So 13 down to 6, down to 4.
Yep.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Okay.
All right. Well, he's coming at you with the other claw. Give me another defense roll.
Another defense roll. 16. I'm only going up.
It's not good enough still, so he's gonna swipe you again. Oh, 9. So that's 9 down to 4, down to 2. So you take 2 damage.
I'm just flashing back to Book of Boba Fett now, where this Rancor is just like smashing buildings, throwing people left and right, all over the town. Probably snapping a spine or two if it wasn't PG-13.
For what it's worth, the Rancor you're fighting is an adolescent Rancor. The one that's the size of the one from Book of Boba Fett is in the middle of the center ring. He's the ship
Yeah, I
piece
figured
that
as much.
Xanis has not set upon you
Yep.
at this point. So there you go. Which, oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, so he's got one more attack. He's going to try to bite you.
No.
I'm going to use a fate point from my side to have you roll at disadvantage because I really want to hit you with that bite. So
Alrighty.
roll at disadvantage, please.
So disadvantage roll. I
That
hope
puts you guys
this
up to
works.
7.
Okay,
by
cool.
the way.
Oh,
Oh no.
That's a very no.
So yeah, no, that's a hit. And you take 17 halved to 8 down to 6 damage for that.
alrighty.
By the way, for the audience, he rolled an 8 and a 9.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's okay.
And
So
on
far
the
away
dice,
from
that
the-
was a 2 and a 3.
So far away from the so far away from the DC required. It just hit. And that's the Rancor's entire turn. He doesn't quite like where he is at though, because he keeps getting shot by the people he can see. So he's just going to move right over to here, just kind of skirting around, but just he knows we can see a thing that it hurts. And that's it for the Rancor's turn. End of round 2. Top of round 3. Before R5, you take your turn, actually, I would like for you to roll me a D100, please.
I'm concerned about that, but yes, I will. And I rolled a 96.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Rebels are doing good.
Yeah. Well,
Is that what that
I
means?
I hope that's
We'll
what that
find-
means.
we'll find out in due time. But it is R5's turn.
Well, 6. And I would like to move up there. And do I have a shot on the Rancor right up here?
You do. It currently has half cover. So it'll be a, effectively like, I'll just do it where I just do a +2 to the armor class, because, yeah, that's how it
As
works.
much. And since Harry Johnson's in melee with him. Would that trigger a sneak attack if this does hit?
If it hits, yes, sir.
Okay. That probably won't hit. Could I use a fate point on that?
You most certainly can use a fate point, and you take
Okay.
you take the results, whatever it may be.
Well, it was better than a 6, but not by much.
And
That's
what you
a
got?
13 total.
Yeah, sadly, a 13 is not quite enough. You see it like makes contact, but it slams into one of the shoulder spikes, and it doesn't seem to do any appreciable damage. It doesn't even. It like slightly. You can tell, even though its eyes are super hooded and all those like skin flaps that Rancors have, you can still tell it kind of side eyes you for a second, and then goes back to the Wookiee that's hitting it with a vibro axe.
And I would like to use my bonus action to dash and try to hide up here.
So yeah, you move over there, and you definitely have cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. On to the Wookiee.
Alright, gonna attack it up.
Yeah, you are. Smacking real good.
Real good.
Oh, this is gonna be some violence.
This is hyper violence.
24 kinetic damage. Oh, I just rolled a natural 20 for the viewers.
Yes, in case people couldn't guess based on everybody else going like, oh damn, yeah, that's a crit.
And then
This Wookiee about to slap
and that
a
includes
teenager.
everything correctly.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, effectively, it is an adolescent Rancor. So 24 total.
It's still a Rancor, so it's okay.
Still a Rancor, that's for sure.
Alright,
All right, he takes the damage, yeah.
alright, and then one more attack. Because why not? Oh! I mean, I can use I'll
do
use
that?
a fate point.
Fate points. We have
All right,
fate
go ahead and
points.
use
Are you
that
good
fate
with that
point.
critical failure?
Excuse me.
I mean, maybe you don't want to burn the points. Who knows?
19
19 hits. Roll that damage.
for a 20 kinetic.
Why did I let you guys use fate points this way? That was one's on me. That one's on me. Okay, yeah, he's hurting.
All right.
He's hurting real bad.
Sorry, I was just adding assaulting a minor to our list of charges.
Oh, well, in the last
It's
game we
kinda-
already
it's-
did, but
It's kind of animal abuse, I guess, more so than.
Okay, well, thanks, Dave. Now I gotta add that.
I mean, if you're gonna get picky about what crimes you have or haven't committed, you might as well get them right.
I don't think animal abuse applies to self-defense. I think that's a different situation.
You have explicitly broken and entered into a private premises. This
Oh,
definitely
man.
falls under animal abuse.
And is it an endangered species? Okay, I gotta look this up now.
Clearly not endangered. There's like 4 of them in this room.
And well, endangered, you still get more than 4. Anyway, he's a collector. So anything else for before
The
we get
Tiger
to
King had dozens of tigers in his zoo. They're definitely endangered.
I'll be here, and that ends my
you
turn.
would be shocked at how many can live. Sorry, Kirby. what
I
was
will
I saying?
move 2 spaces behind him and end my turn there.
Okay, nice. Kiba.
Kiba is going to move.
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop. Let's see. It's going to move right. Is that the right spot? Let me check.
I'm waiting with anticipation.
Yes, it is the right spot. All right. First, he's going to snipe. Which does the Rancor have cover from there?
He has half cover, so
All right.
plus
So
2 to his
disadvantage.
armor class.
Oh, okay.
No, yeah, plus 2 to armor class, not disadvantage. Yeah. Cover goes half cover's plus 2, full cover or 3/4 cover is plus
24.
5. 24. Yeah, that hits.
Sweet. Yeah.
A fine shot.
That would be 10
Right.
energy damage for him.
All right, he takes
All
it.
right. And extra attack.
Still much more focused on the Wookiee in terms of the current situation.
13.
Good with that?
Oh yeah, can I apply the whatever the bardic inspiration thing was called?
Yeah, totally.
Potent aptitude.
Yeah, do I remember that requiring a bonus action?
Nope, totally free for you to just
free.
drop it
Okay,
on top.
cool.
Yeah.
I misread that. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, it's bonus action for him to grant
All right.
it to you.
So that comes out to 18.
18 hits.
Nice.
All right, and
So
I'm going
roll that
to
damage.
I'm going to add that Ranger's Quarry and the
Yes, sir.
rolling advantage on the
Yeah.
damage thing.
That
Yes,
one's
sir.
gonna pay off. Oh, Jesus.
All right, so that's
Oh.
16 plus
Oh,
Jack.
16 plus 6, 22 energy damage.
Nice.
All right.
Jack, please, we're in a
22.
fictional universe. It's Space Jesus.
All right. So now he's going to go ahead and reload again, using no action required for that.
Yes,
And
sir.
then, as his bonus action, he's going to throw a frag grenade right there.
Okay, what's the radius on frags again?
I believe it's 10 feet.
Hey, if it's 10 feet,
Let me
Harry
put it in the
Johnson's
chat
in the
real
clear.
quick.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
There we go.
Yeah, nice. Little 10-foot radius. Go ahead and you do that. Go ahead and he needs to roll a dex save because he's the only one being affected by this.
And if he rolls a 1, he takes the maximum damage.
Jeez. You know what? I'm gonna use a fate point. He gets to roll this at advantage.
Oh.
Because it's probably still gonna fail, but I want it. He got a 19, baby. He only takes half damage, right? So
Yeah, half damage. So
Yeah,
half
roll those 2d10.
half of 17.
Oh. Yeah, no, that did him. So
Oh, so
Oh, he's dead now.
So
All right.
yeah, you
Wow.
after Kiba, you go over there and you line up a shot, and you pull the trigger a couple times. You start blasting him real good, and then just one last moment, you go and you pull out that frag grenade off of your bandolier of grenades, give it a nice little Gungan kiss, and just lob it, and it just explodes, and you just hear and it just slowly like crumples down and falls to the ground. You know, there's some weird, very tubby guy with a strange sack hat on his head, feeling very sad somewhere off in some other part of the galaxy that isn't right here. But yeah, you guys defeated the Rancor.
Hey.
Well done, well done.
we defeated a Rancor, not the Rancors.
Yeah,
You
speaking
defeated
of that,
that
are we
Rancor.
still in turn order?
It is still a Rancor, Jack.
With that, you guys actually do drop out of initiative.
Okay.
What?
So yeah, just to also, we are at the end of combat and everything, and as such,
What?
I would like for Jackie, please give me a D100 roll.
You got it. That is 83.
Very nice. Not quite as good as the previous, but still very nice.
I mean, presuming that higher rolls are good in this instance.
I don't know.
That's
what
your
to assume
presumption.
anymore.
That's your presumption to make.
We could be playing by golf rules. Sorry, space golf rules.
Space golf. Yes, please call it appropriately for the correct title of the game. And yeah, with that, the large kennel area around here mostly falls silent, other than you hear kind of in unison all the other Rancors in the room just scream out in just sad. You can feel the sadness of them watching one of their own be felled by these random intruders into their home, having no idea why they had to fight, why he had to die.
Okay, well that just.
But you just feel a sense of mourning out of it. But it's dead, and it clawed up Harry Johnson a little bit. So the room is now well lit. You have not heard the sound of any of the doors unlock, but it is yours to explore. I will note that there are 3 main doors leading out of the room that are of a large size that you see. There's the one way on the far north side, one on the southwest where you came in through, and then down on the southeast side, a slightly smaller but still fairly sizable door. That one appears to have been just completely battered in by something percussively hitting it. You're not sure what, but because you're way on the far side, but you can tell that thing is damaged.
That was which side again?
The southeast southeast side,
Okay.
way over yonder. Nowhere near where you guys are, but just letting you know what there is. And
Are there any doors that say prisoners this way?
no.
Nope. Okay.
What's this thing on the northwest side here again?
So that is a metal shaft that extends up from the floor into the ceiling up above, and there is a door on the southeast side that's like the little gray bit over there of some kind. You figure it's probably a lift of some variety.
Yeah.
So how long would it take Kiba to break off a claw or a tooth as a trophy from the Rancor?
How good of a shape do you want it to still be in after the fact? Basically, the better quality you want it to be, the longer it'll take for you to cleave it off. But you can certainly do it.
Okay. Well, I'd like it to be in decent shape at least.
Decent shape. It's going to take you 10 minutes to like be at least careful enough to not have like significant damage. It's bone type, so there's like a decent chance that a crack will form if you're too aggressive with it.
I
So
see.
about 10 minutes or so to like get a proper decent level.
Are there security cameras in this room, in this chamber?
Give me a perception
Or-
check.
Probably, but yeah.
I'm great at this, guys. So good.
The best.
I'm amazing.
some would say.
13.
You see a couple security cameras scattered around.
Okay.
Seems like they're
Can I-
generally designed to not leave blind spots. You figure it's a room this size, there's got to be a blind spot somewhere, but
How
you don't know
high?
where.
How high on the walls? Or are they on the ceiling?
Variety, nothing lower than 8 feet, but some of them go pretty high up onto the ceiling itself. Seems like it's meant to provide as many possible viewing angles for whoever's observing of like what the Rancors are like, if they want to show off to guests, like, hey, check out my collection of Rancors I have downstairs, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, Ari, give me a hand.
Okay. I don't know.
And
where
I would like to head
he's supposed to
to
run.
one of the lower cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And I will just give me a boost.
All right. I'll give him a boost.
All right. We'll just say for the sake of it, you're going for the closest one, probably to where you are. Is like on the wall is like over there where I'm pinging. So we'll say the two of you hop on
the
over there.
northwest corner.
Okay. Yeah, you boot. Yeah, Harry Johnson. You boost him up nice and easy, and you've got. It's a Wookiee. You've got a very stable platform to stand on. What are you doing with the?
I
with
would
the camera?
like to try to use my slicer's kit to cut into the wires and see if I can tap into the camera network.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me a slicer's kit check.
That'd be 12. 2 on the die.
Good with that?
I'm going to take a fate point if I can,
If you need
Okay.
somebody to try to help with
and
this,
try again.
Okay.
Okay.
That's much better. That's a 28.
A 28.
It lingered on a
so-
2 for
Dice
so
roll
long.
onto a 2 and then roll back to an 18.
I know. I was like,
It was so
don't
close.
move.
So close. Okay, so yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're able to tap in, but you do recognize that it's a very closed system as soon as you start getting in. But you do get you are able to scalp link in and get like a small feed going into your data pad.
Okay.
It's on your wrist and everything. And yeah, so you're able to peer in a little bit. What are you trying to find?
I'm just trying to get like a sense of where things are on the compound.
Okay, so you're looking for more of like a map layout. Not you're not gonna
try-
get a literal map, but at least just like a layout vibe.
Yeah, kind of get an idea just from the different angles of all the cameras, like what tunnels lead where, to some degree.
Sure. So what you're able to determine, especially from that, is that so the way you came from obviously leads to the concert hall that's southwest. Southeast
Okay.
beyond the battered door leads to Zintar's other arena, if you will. It's more of a like So the concert hall is meant to be like an amphitheater, like it's a small curve and like a cone shape going out. The other one is meant to be 360-degree viewing all the way around. It's much more meant for fights and stuff rather than performances and things of that nature. The door to the north leads up to it comes to like a T intersection. To the west is the warehouse. To the east is the hangar. And to the north is the way to get up to the power plant through there. And also the elevator shaft that you are currently next to seems to be directly underneath Zintar's proper like palatial estate, like the actual building itself that's like the palace.
Right. Okay.
So, and then there are various other smaller corridors, but you're not quite able to ascertain just from like a quick camera angle of, okay, well that's a hallway. You're not quite able to figure out where all like the random little side passages are, but you get the general sense of the layout of things and where you could go to get to main locations.
That's good. And then could I get? I presume I don't see any feeds on the prisoners.
You do not see any prisoners on the camera feeds, no.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to my wrist pad and once again activate the trace on Alo's comlink.
Sure. Still, it doesn't seem to have moved from your previous location of it. It still is more or less the northwest side of the compound.
Okay, so it's northwest of us currently.
Yes, slightly more north than before.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Good to know.
But still, generally, whichever way is west that makes sense for me pointing my hands, go that way, meaning left. Because I realize that mirrored cameras and things are going to throw all that off. So, yes.
Just trying to triangulate here.
Yeah, you're closer. You figure that at the T intersection that you saw earlier, that you would want to turn, that's to the north of this current room. You'll want to turn left at that T intersection to head.
You kidding me? We want to go straight into that blown up power generator.
If you want to find where Alo's comlink is, that's the direction. If you guys want to go check that out, by all means, get in the thick of it. Let's see what happens.
We're not that suicidal. Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, you do... also, by the way, with the comlink, or with tapping in, you do see there are some exterior cameras monitoring things. And you're able to get It's clearly not meant to observe somebody assaulting a keep, basically. But you do see that the fighting is still going strong just outside on the western side of the power plant where they were approaching from.
All right, got it. So yeah, anybody else want to do anything before I move on to step 2?
I don't have anything I can do, so... also, what's step 2?
Step 2 is I'm going to go to the north door and see if there are any control panels on the inside, or any kind of power conduits.
Sure. You go ahead and approach that door up to the north. It is still very much locked. You can tell that you didn't hear. There was a distinctive ka-chunk sound when it locked, and it has not unlocked.
I do have a security kit if that could help.
You do indeed. And there is also a small control panel on the western side of the door, which is this area up here, that little flat bit of the circle. So feel free to move your tokens on over whenever you guys head that way.
I'm going to move on up at that door.
So yeah, this one seems to be a bit more of a old school, this area, this kennel area has clearly been around for a very long time, and these are actually manual locks that are in here. There's a little bit of tweaking you can do, but it would be much harder with a traditional slicer's kit versus the one that's the physical one, because words escape me.
Security kit?
Security kit, that's yes.
Security kit.
Yeah. Effectively the equivalent of thieves' tools in fantasy D&D.
All right.
Yeah, it's more of a security kit thing that you can still do it with a slicer's kit. It's just going to be harder than with a security kit.
And so that would that be
you got a security kit on you? By chance.
It's and the rubber hand just pops out and falls onto the floor as the security kit pops out of R5 systems.
Yep. Yeah, you've got like this weird little like Swiss Army knife looking thing just juts out of your body, and like all of these little like tendrils and like little corkscrews and like lockpicks and stuff just like flare out in like a shape where it's just like ready to do what it's gonna do.
I like to imagine that's what the rubber hand has been on this whole time. Like it's just like a protective coating for it.
It was a sheath for it before, and that falls to the ground, and it just like splays out around it where it was. So yeah, you got your security kit out. If you want to go ahead and try to manipulate this door open and everything, go ahead and give me a security kit check, please. Which is
temporary
dexterity.
boost. If you would like it, you can have a temporary boost.
Yep.
Oh.
Go ahead and move yourself on up right nearby, because I assume you got to do a nice little butt tap on the astromech droid to do temporary boost, right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Do astromechs have butts?
Everything has a butt, Jack. Everything has a butt.
Alright. So...
You just have to look hard enough.
Sleight of hand, and then...
you can add a d6 to that. Hopefully
you also just rolled straight dex. You did not add your proficiency, so you know, to that.
Proficiency in that case.
Technically, Slicer's kit should be separate from sleight of hand, but if you have proficiency in sleight of hand, it's going to net the same result, so feel free to roll that in the future. So proficiency is +3, right? So you have a 13.
No, proficiency. Oh, proficiency is +3. Yep.
Yeah, so you've got 13 total, and you've got also. What's the die roll, Jackie?
D6 for temporary
so,
boost.
Go ahead. Yeah, temporary boost, add that d6. So 16 total currently. You good with that?
Should I be good with that, or do you guys feel good
that
with
is
me?
your decision to make.
God, because if I want to use a fate point, but the roll could be worse. I don't know yet.
It could be. That's how they work.
I will say you
That
did
is specifically why I ruled it that way.
you did use his boost thingy, so you will not have it for
that is true.
If you do.
No, actually, if you use a fate point, it will.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
You roll all of the dice rolled for.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, that's up to you then.
Yeah,
Statistically,
whatever the equivalent of guidance is in this system, same thing. You get to add. You get to re-roll that d4 as well. It's whatever goes into the roll. You get to re-roll those dice.
Why not? That's what I said.
We're not playing Strahd. This is about having a good time and giving you guys benefits, but like a little bit of a drawback.
Well, I at least rolled a little bit better, so that's technically a 16 on the dice.
Yeah, and then roll the d6, Jack.
Well,
and then plus another 3.
Nice. 16 plus your dex mod, plus 3 for your slicer's kit.
No, not 16 plus the dice mod. It was 11 on the dice, so my dexterity.
Yeah, so 11 on the dice, plus 5 for your dex mod, plus 3 for your proficiency, so 18, plus 4 for the temporary boost, so 22 total. That's way better. You get in there, you see this astromech droid just hone in and just like R5's always been like a little twitchy, like looking around. It's like his head's always like on like the literal swivel that astromech droids' heads are on. But it's just full on like his head goes completely stationary, just focused, locked in. You cycle through like 5 different little tools, just like little tweaks, like little checks here and there, and then eventually like one last one goes in. He gives this brief pause, and then Dread, he just slowly rotates his head, looks at you, and then rotates the tool, and you hear the bolts just and the whole door just slides open. And you cracked through it. The hallway to the north is open to you guys.
R5. So you're used now.
Damn right.
Also, quick note, you guys all do look back at this moment as you're standing in front of this very large open hallway, as just these stone doors just crunch their way out of the way. You look back, and Umbrin is still standing where he was before the Rancor charged, just full-on slack-jawed, just like a bit of drool starts like running down the side of his face. You have no idea where he's gone to, but you figure he'll catch up with you eventually.
Is he glitching out, or
He'll be fine.
He's
fine.
maybe having a stroke or something.
I find it's usually best to not get involved. You're not supposed to touch him or anything, so, just let the medical professionals handle it. That seems right.
I mean, I've heard that it's like 5 minutes before brain damage starts to set in.
Well, and we got another 4.5. We're good.
I mean,
No. I think we've passed that point now.
Oh yeah, you guys are well past that. Which, just to be clear, did Kiba take the time to harvest the trophy?
If there was time to do it there,
Yeah,
then
you could have basically been doing it while everyone was doing something, and then you
Okay,
noticed R5 run up, and you just go and be like, wait, I got this. I'm not going to try to do a Kiba voice, but it's what he would have said if that was whatever in that moment. Speaking of, actually, we're moving down the line. Kirby,
Umbrin seems not.
Kirby, I would
right
like
now.
a D100 roll from you, please.
I got you, boo.
Just do a little check-in, see how they're doing.
31.
Oh, well,
They're doing amazing because we're doing golf, right? Is that what it was?
they're sure, yeah. Okay, so Umbrin is just disappeared effectively from everything, so I'm just gonna remove him from the map. Oop.
I mean,
Okay.
I think we should all... Oh, yeah. Or I think let's try to keep as low a profile as possible moving forward and stay the course.
I mean, one of their weirdos seems like they spotted us, so.
Yeah, I'm hoping
Yeah.
that we can try to slip back out from their radar.
I think we're already
Yeah,
on
but
their radar, so I don't think we can snap out of their radar, right?
What the Wookiee said, I think we should be, we might have to go loud getting out of here.
Well, we know where the hangar is, so
Yeah,
I've
that's
killed a
all.
man to take a ship before, I can do it again.
You had me at ship.
That was a really epic moment when you did kill that man to take that shit.
Shit.
It was really damn epic.
Uh.
Previous campaign, y'all missed it 'cause we didn't record it. Sorry. Okay, so you guys collectively are going to move forward. Are you attempting stealth, or are you just brazenly walking down the hall?
I am attempting stealth.
Kiba
I would like
definitely
to...
the stealth.
I don't know.
Emphasis
that's-
on attempting.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
I
let's
would
do a
like-
group. Let's do a group stealth check. As before, I will take the average result of your collective rolls, and that will be. Your
I don't know if
collective
there's
stealth.
Okay.
So,
That's a
extra DC.
25.
That's an
Right.
18 on the dice, so that is a 26.
wait, sorry, Paul. What were you saying about extra?
I was gonna say I don't know if there's an extra DC to, now that I know that someone's tracking me, actively make an attempt to lose the trail effectively.
That would be a lot easier. I would say that would be a viable option if you were out in the open in a city, but because you're very much just currently navigating large open hallways in a compound that you know is being watched, there isn't really anything you can do beyond just like cronking it up against the walls and just like your way down.
Only
just hoping
Dread's mouth
hoping
can
they
make
don't
that
notice
sound
the
anymore.
Yeah. Well, yeah, which is why I said it's an attempt at stealth at this point.
Yeah, okay.
No, it's still stealth is very much possible. It's just
there we go.
the DC is higher. Okay, cool. So,
It's not terrible.
let's do some quick. It's really not bad. You guys have consistently rolled basically
It's-
well over 15 on average every single attempt so far.
It's
Yeah,
more
the
the
average
spread
was
that's
20
interesting
for
to
this
me.
one.
Ooh.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Average is 20. Very nice. Yeah, you guys you're feeling pretty sneaky. So at this point, we're moving off of the map on the screen, but I'll just leave it there for Shiggles. So yeah, you guys start maneuvering your way up this hallway. You can see occasional like little spot cameras here and there. You just try to like Sam Fisher your way against like the wall to try to sneak under it when you can. So you're doing a pretty good job. And after a minute, you get to a T-junction, like Dredd had noticed on the cameras. Where do you want to go from there?
I think we should go west.
Is that where we were? Is that where the person we were trying to rescue is?
People.
I
know we all
whatever.
look the same to you, but there's more than one of them.
All right, we're not fighting. I can turn off my red lighting and go back to nice neutral, non-aggressive.
Just
Blue and purple.
look, whatever organics we're trying to rescue, just are they in that direction? Yes or no?
I mean, here, you know what? If it'll help you feel better, I'll turn on the tracker again.
Sure. Yeah, you figure at this point, the tracker is so you're. Just to be clear, where are you standing in particular in regards to the T-junction? Like, are you standing in the middle of it? You standing
Dead center.
dead center? So you're able to look to your west, and you know that it's coming generally from that direction. However, it's not due west. You can feel it pulling a little bit north of there. You figure there's somewhere along that wall on the north side of that western hallway. That is where you'll find his comlink.
What? Like I said, west.
West it is. Okay.
All right. So you guys keep sneaking along, still maintaining being very sneaky boys. And you get about, you figure you're probably halfway down the hall. It's a really long hall that's not well lit given the current power outage. So it's a lot of emergency lights that just like, well, you can see where the next one is down the hallway, and that's about it. But as you're going, you do come upon a door on your northern side. It has a symbol on it that you know. It's one of those symbols where it's like the sign of like a security company. It's not like the words aren't written out, but you do see that, and you do hear. Coming from the inside of that room, somebody speaking fairly loudly, just a single voice coming from there. What do you guys want to do?
I would like to try to sneakily listen at the door.
Sure. As long as you're approaching the door, you can hear pretty clearly what's being said, because it's being said very loudly. And you just hear a person shouting inside. I repeat, an imperial light cruiser has entered into orbit. They are demanding to speak to Zintar. And then a slight pause, followed by, Yes, I know he's busy. Do you think I don't know what's going on outside? How am I supposed to know if anything that the people are attacking us have to do anything with the Imperials? It's not like those bandits were wearing an Imperial crest on their sleeves. And then another slight pause, and you can hear him calm down a little bit on the inside. And then you hear him say, it's like, maybe we can hold them off just long enough to deal with the bandits before they land. Get Gariel to his shuttle and send him up to greet them on their ship. Sounds like they have a Moff on board, so anything less than Zintar's chief advisor would be an insult. I'll send the order to load some gifts onto his shuttle and have it prepared for takeoff. Use the eastern lifts to get down from the palace. The way from there to the hangar should be clear. Over and out. And you hear some more frantic like button pushing, but no more words being spoken.
All right.
You figure it's definitely a security station of some kind inside of that room.
Yeah.
But probably only one person in there, given the amount of talking and lack of responses that you've heard.
All right. I'm gonna wave everybody to the other side of the. What Is this door open to the left or the right?
It's a solid panel that you'll
got it.
figure will shift in some direction, but you're not sure which way it goes.
So it's
but
not a
it'll
swinging
slide.
door, it's a
No, it'll slide into the wall.
Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars door. It just goes up. I don't know where it goes up to, but it just goes up.
Sweet.
Yeah, I'll just wave everybody to the wall then, because there's not going to be any cover there.
Yeah.
But and then
I heard moths. What the hell's going on?
I'm gonna slam my, or kind of place myself against the wall as well, in a sneaky position as possible, and then on off the door.
Okay, just to open it.
Yep.
It is locked. So unfortunately, and it seems to be a physical lock. You're not able to sense you can definitely tell that as you're trying to like manipulate it, there's something physically that you can't touch.
Okay.
You
Is
figure
there a control panel?
it can be broken into. It's just with your basic thing. You can't. There's a control panel, but it seems like something you need to present proper credentials into to unlock it.
Yeah, once he sees that fails,
a security kit could help. Sorry, Kirby, what were you saying?
Nope. He has.
Oh, yeah, you got. What were you saying?
He asked before, so.
Okay, so yeah, at R5, you definitely feel like a security kit probably could be appropriate for the security office to break into.
Good to know.
You can, I'll tell you, you can quietly do it with a security kit, and also it's a physical door, so you could very, very loudly break it down. The options are there.
Loudly would not be ideal. I'd like to do this quietly.
All right. Element of surprise. R5,
Okay.
you unlock the door. When he comes out, Harry, headlock. Don't make him useless to us. We need him for information. Just hold him. All right?
Oh, you're talking to a master torturer. You got this.
That
We'll figure that out when we get there. R5, you're up.
will do.
All right, before you roll that check, give me a D100 roll, Jack, please. Actually, no, it's Paul's turn. Sorry, Paul, give me a D100 roll. Because I'm just rotating through everybody, so.
That is an unrecognized command. Give me 1 second. There we go.
There we go.
Hey,
That looks like
there we
dice
go.
rolls.
21.
Good to know.
Boy.
Good to know. Okay, cool. So, Jack, have R5 give me a security kit roll, please, to try to break your way on in through this door in a discreet
So that would
fashion.
be dexterity plus proficiency, right?
Yes, sir. I believe if you set it up as a proficiency on like the bottom left corner of your screen, you can set, or of your character sheet, you can set it with like dex and it'll add proficiency and all that stuff. You
Yeah.
just click it. But do that in the future. But for now, just go ahead and roll.
Yeah,
dex
I
plus
don't
and
have
it'll add
that,
proficiency.
but my sleight of hand roll should match that.
Oh, sure. Then go for that for now. In the future, go ahead and we'll do that after. But for now, go ahead and roll that. Woo!
Okay.
Yeah. What'd you roll? Just a
26 in total.
26 will definitally do it.
18 on the
Okay,
dice.
so how are you guys positioned? Just to make sure we get it right, how are you positioning yourselves around the door?
So I'm on the other side of the wall.
And is the door this thing on the map, or is that something?
You guys are not effectively on this map at this point.
No. I figure it's R5 on one side, Kiba behind him, and then Harry on the other, and I will be behind the Wookiee.
Okay, cool. So split it up that way. The Wookiee's the closest to the edge, and your plan is to yank him in real quick as soon as he pops out?
Yep. And I'm also
Okay.
going to gesture to Kiba to get a blaster ready and pull out my own.
Nice. Okay, so you two are equipped with blasters. Harry Johnson is ready to yoink the guy, and R5 is just manipulating the lock. So the door opens, you wait for a second, and you see the most plain, normal-looking human you could possibly imagine step through. You guys your collective stealth is well above what his passive is. So
This poor guy.
Harry Johnson, you can go ahead and try to grapple him. Give me an athletics check at advantage, please. Contested by his own to see.
We haven't
18.
done anything yet, and I already feel bad for him.
Okay, sorry. What was the total?
18.
Okay. And let's see. Yeah, actually, his proficiency is the same either way. So, what does he roll? Yeah, no, you.
Oh no!
You being it's like in D&D, the rug of smothering. It's basically that, but it's a Wookiee around this guy.
Oh god!
And
Just hear a rib go.
You just completely envelop him. Anything you hear him starting to try to scream, but it's just, and you know that the sound is traveling no further than the ears of those currently standing around the door.
I guess I
what do you
will
guys wanna do?
drag him into the room while everybody else follows. I don't know.
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, cool.
Kiba
So you
will
guys drag
follow
him.
in and apply his binders to the guy.
Yeah, you slap him
have his
on.
hands behind his back.
Yeah, you do the full on like behind the back binders. Are you setting him down in a chair, or are you holding him in place? Like you holding him up?
I'm still kind of covering his mouth so he doesn't.
Okay, still kind of like
Yeah.
still muting him and everything. All right, so you guys have just yanked this security guard into the room. He has been you clamped on with binders behind his back between both of his arms, still very much in the grapple of Harry Johnson Inuba. And so you guys step into this room. You see basically like a ton of viewing screens all around. And this guy is totally effectively gagged, more or less. I would like everybody to really quickly roll me a perception check before you do whatever else it is that you're going to do to this person.
Yep.
Oh, that's a 3.
Okay.
Okay, I'm great at these guys.
Rather, that's a 2. That's a 3 on the dice.
So great at these guys. 11.
Okay, so I believe the highest there is a 15 from Kiba. So Kiba, you in particular do notice as everybody's starting to go in, you clamp down on the binders. You see that while most of the screens in this room are dedicated as basically live security cameras, there is one that was set off to the side that seems to have more of a list of communications on it that you could kind of like when you open up the messaging app on your phone, you have like the list of everything. But you definitely get the sense just by even casually looking at it that it's a list of intercepted communications that have come into or out of Nar Shaddaa. You're not quite sure which, depends on the particular message, but you do notice that. With that, I'll leave this fairly cramped security room for having, 5 people inside of it. I'll leave that to you guys to do what you will with it. What do you want to do?
Well, Kiba would like to go read what those intercepted messages are.
Sure. You go up. You actually notice most of them are holo messages, so you would have to actively click play on them and have a little hologram pop up. You just skim through. Most of them seem a lot of drug related content as you go through.
Let me know.
Like a lot. And
that's not safe for YouTube.
But there is one that particularly, we're well past the 3-minute mark. But anyway, so one in particular does stand out to you as it was sent to the Mayday. But it has an unknown point of origin. And there is like a little subject line header that comes along with each of those messages in there. This one reads, "Remember all of those metal cuts and solder burns that I treated on Dinzo?" With a question mark on the end of it.
All right, well, Kiba's gonna relay that information to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? What does that mean?
We're gonna deal with that in a minute. First, and I'm gonna drag the tip of my blaster up the guard's torso and then lightly brush it across his cheek. I'm presuming Harry's still got his hand over his mouth.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Can I close the door behind me? Or...
Oh, sure. As you guys enter, you can just kind of like slap the button and the door closes
Cool.
behind you. No problem.
Perfect. Then
Yeah.
Can I get out of the splash zone of whatever's about to happen here?
It's a small room, so no.
You feel that, buddy? All right.
Just full on
I just wanna
wide-eyed,
make sure
like
you-
wired
I
eyes.
just want to
that you
make
see.
sure you understand. This thing's loaded with about 9 little friends of mine, and they're all real excited to meet you. And I'm gonna just jam it into his crotch. Basically, I'm gonna shoot you in the balls if you make another sound.
Harry Johnson, you feel you're so strong he can't even kind of move it, but you feel he's like trying to shake his head left and right, saying, "No, no, 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 no." Yeah. But you feel him trying, but you know you're a Wookiee. And he's just the most average man you've ever imagined.
The most average man.
So,
You've got a couple of moments to find the Maker or whatever other god you might believe in. I'd take advantage of that.
somehow, even through the Wookiee's fur, you can clearly tell he says, "I don't speak binary."
What he
Yeah,
said.
fuck you. You're gonna die without a god.
What he
I
said.
still don't speak binary.
All right, are you two gonna have a conversation, or am I just gonna start shooting?
His eyes just snap back to you, and he's just like,
All right. The next words out of your mouth better be where the prisoners are held. Specifically, we're looking for one by the name of Alo. Answer us with a statement we like, and you might just come out of this in one piece. The more answers we don't like, the more pieces you come out of this in.
Okay. Give me an intimidation check at advantage. I don't even need to have. I mean, Kirby, if you want to roll to see you're just giving advantage, you can, but you just do.
Why not?
Roll. You can roll yours at advantage just for the hell.
Yeah, no.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, well.
As unnecessary as it is.
So there's the other roll. Roll number 2.
I mean,
Okay,
either
roll
way,
number
yeah.
1 was better.
It's a lot of successes for sure.
17.
Just to make sure I get it right, Kirby, what is Harry doing to allow him to speak? I guess just to, as his hands are tied behind his back and you have your arm wrapped around his face.
So Harry's, after Dread talks to him, Harry's gonna remove his arm, but put his hand behind his neck.
Oh yeah, you just full on like you. He's a human person, so you just like wheedle your Wookiee fingers in like right in that like base of the skull position where it's like if you get somebody grabbed right there, you have complete control over everything their head's gonna do.
Yep.
He feels it in every possible way. The prisoners are down the hall. Go out the door to the right. Ayla was taken away by Zintar himself. I don't know where he took him. But he took him towards the hangar, so he's probably off of Nar Shaddaa at this point. Said he had to rendezvous with a contact. I didn't ask any further than that. That's all I know. I swear. That's all I know. Please, that's all I know.
All right. Left or right?
Left or right what?
Do you use your left or right hand?
I mean, I'm left-handed, but,
Right. And Dred's just gonna turn on the vibra cutter and chop off his right hand.
Yeah, no, it's he's restrained. So it takes a little bit of a sec to get through. Like you get most of the way. You get through. I forget which one's the first one of the radius and the ulna, but you get through the first bone easy peasy. The second one, you feel a slight hesitation on your way through, but you make the rest of the way. Yeah, his hand's gone. And it's not a lightsaber, so it doesn't auto-cauterize the wound. He's bleeding out currently inside of this office.
I was just gonna jab him with a hidden blade. I wasn't trying to sever any limbs.
I told you everything! Why would you do that?
Alright, I'm gonna...
He'll just nod to Harry, just...
Yep, I'm gonna break his neck.
Oh, you're breaking his... Sorry, his what?
Oh, his neck.
His neck.
I'm snapping it in two.
Yeah, no, you just... Like, he gets that brief moment just long enough to realize his hand's been cut off, and then you just do a quick little small twitch of your obscenely strong Wookiee fingers, and just the vertebrae in his neck just go...
See, I thought I was going to be
and
the
he just
one to
slumps
do
down
the...
into your arms as long as you're going to hold him, but yeah, you got...
I thought I was going to take a
very
dark
good
turn
guard.
here, but then you guys just went ahead and did that.
Listen here,
I
R5.
told him if he gave us an answer we didn't like, we'd put him into more pieces. I'm a man of my word.
You didn't even put him into more pieces. He's still technically in one piece. You
Okay,
just...
I start ripping
I'll
off
beg to
limbs.
differ, and he points at the hand on the floor.
Okay, well that's two pieces. I was just gonna stab him. God damn.
Listen, R5. What is our motto?
Maker damn.
What is our motto? You tell me right now.
No witnesses.
And what was he?
I mean, he wasn't necessary. He wasn't immediately a witness. Technically,
I
he
told
was.
him.
So,
More answers we didn't like, more pieces he'd be cut into. You don't keep your word, nobody trusts you in this galaxy. So... we got the information we needed. I'll need to jack into that communication thing real quick, and then we can be on our way.
I'm just gonna keep holding his body up.
Any questions?
we should get rid of that.
Yep.
The body.
Yeah, there's a Wookiee in this room holding a completely as dead limp body as you could imagine. That's missing a hand. Occasionally there's a little bit of that arterial spurting going on, like out of the arm where the hand was cut off, but for the most part, it's just like, it's about as lifeless as you get.
I'm gonna keep holding it until someone tells me to put him down.
Yeah, no, we need a protocol droid in here, or we need somebody with a lot of cleaning.
We're not here to clean them
I'd like
up.
to download as many of the transmissions as I can, but like the first one I'm picking up is the one that was to the Mayday.
Sure.
my
How much
wristband.
time are you spending or willing to spend? Because
Honestly,
it's purely a matter of how much
minutes
time you're willing to put.
like 2 minutes at most.
2 minutes, you're basically able to get, primarily, you're definitely able to get the one that's directed to the Mayday, downloaded into your wrist pad. You know you need a holo projector to be able to view the message itself, yeah. You see there's one in the room, but you also just have it now stored on your data pad. You're able to get 4 other messages. Again, they pretty much all seem mostly spice related, but you're able to you're able to download a few of them.
Might be useful for finding a fun time later. And with that, I am going to look at the control panel.
Mm-hmm.
And does it look like there are controls or any cells in here?
No. Just at a glance, you don't see any thing that seems to control things. It seems like a monitoring station.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Kiba, do you have a good way of disposing of bodies?
I got a great way of disposing of bodies. You want to see? I'm sorry, Kiba, I didn't mean to step on your methods.
Oh no, Misa just gonna burn him. But you still got something better, you go for it.
Oh yeah, it's great, Harry. And he'll just hold his hands out.
Okay, and I give it to him.
I'll just flop him over on the console and let his arm just drip onto the electronics.
Oh.
This Wookiee just shrugs his and just hands his corpse up.
So...
Alright, to the prisoners.
What happened?
Disposed.
So he's on the
Well, now
console,
that-
right?
Yep.
Yeah, now that the topic of burning was brought up, Kiba wants to burn the guy's corpse. So he's going to do that.
Yeah. How are you? Just to make sure, how in particular are you?
He's going to cast his Spectrum Ray and pick the fire option there.
Okay, it's gonna take a little bit, and the room's going to start very much filling with the smoke and scent of burning human flesh. Because that's what happens when you burn a corpse, especially a freshly dead corpse. But
Fred
yeah,
would
you're
like
able to
to
just kind of
awkwardly shuffle out while this is happening.
Yeah, Dredd does that. You leave Kiba to do what he does. It takes a minute to how burned are you hoping to make this corpse? I guess is the question.
Uncle Owen or Aunt Beru?
Oh, God.
It is an at-will tech power, so I could cast it as many times as I want. So
Yeah, you should.
I guess I'm gonna keep going until he is ash.
It's gonna take like 10 minutes.
Okay, maybe not ash, but at least bones. At least just bones.
Bones will be about 5.
Some less.
Disney, I got a really good idea for you. Your next sit-down restaurant, if it's Star Wars themed, instead of asking people if they want it medium well, you just ask them Uncle Owen or Aunt Beru. And if they want it really well done, they say they want it Alderaan.
Alderaan style. And then you do what happens to people who are Alderaan style.
I can't wait till we get our own TV show.
You spent about 5 minutes torching this corpse. I mean, it's mostly bones. There's like a little bit of flesh still hanging on here and there, because as you do. And now that you guys have spent that time in there, Jack, roll me a D100, please.
Will do.
You just hear Harry say, Huck.
Also, yeah, let's just acknowledge that was a lot.
God, I miss that smell.
I also rolled an 83.
You rolled a solid roll. Okay, good to know. So yeah, so far it was literally just Dredd of all people who decided that I can't manage to stomach this, who stepped outside. Everybody else bore witness to what happened. And yeah, you have this security room that seems unattended. What do you guys want to do?
I'd like to clarify, it was more out of it smells bad than...
Fair enough. Whatever the reason may be, you stepped out.
And so are the bodies all taken care of?
There's only one body.
Put it bluntly.
There's one body.
Body singular. There is currently a skeleton with a bit of charred meat still stuck to the bones, and that's about it.
Nobody's gonna know what happened here.
You got the Uncle Owen. You for sure got the Uncle Owen.
I mean, is there anything else we needed from here? Or are we just going to go set the prisoners free now?
I mean, I didn't need to do anything here. I don't think. Let's just get out of here. Let's set whatever prisoner free. I just want to get back on the ship, man.
Can I ask you something? Why do you always think it's just one prisoner? What makes you think it's
because I
one
forget
prisoner?
how many prisoners we're dealing with?
So instead of saying
Is this-
prisoners, you just managed to say one person, right?
I mean, we set one prisoner free, then we're good. If we set all the prisoners free, then we're even better, right?
Well, the goal
how that
the
works?
goal is to set all of them free, not just one. So
Yeah. No, that's the goal. Yeah.
okay, just future reference: people, not person. Let's try that.
Yeah. That's what I was already doing.
Okay. Because it sounded like you just want to save one person. But okay, let's go. And I'll walk out.
Y'all ready? Oh yeah, y'all had a nice barbecue?
Yeah, I miss that smell.
Alright, cool.
All right, cool. So you guys, what are you doing now? Where are you going?
We're gonna stealth our way to where he directed us, down the hall.
Okay, let's get a fresh stealth check by the group, please. Everybody, roll me stealth.
Alright.
And then I'll rattle off your names in order, and you tell me what you rolled.
The
after
best of
everyone's
these.
rolls.
We're actually rolling pretty
Okay,
good.
cool. So, not bad. So starting on my own personal left, R5.
Yep, that was a 16 total.
All right, Jackie. So Kiba.
22.
Okay. Dread.
18.
And Harry Johnson in your
16.
All right, so that's an average of 18 without even any decimal points, just straight up 18. Very nice. Okay, good to know. So, you guys go ahead and you head out through down the hallway to the west, which is still a pretty wide hallway. It's nice and open. Seems like you could probably pass a lot of things. As you're walking, you do notice random tracks around as you go. Just seems like maybe carts were pushed along. You're not quite sure. And you get to the edge of a very large space in front of you. So you get to the end of this hallway. I'll move the map in a sec when it's relevant. And the hallway, kind of all you can see is that there's a large room opening in front of you. It's moderately lit. It's not like, oh, bright light, but it's like, oh, you can tell that there are like random hanging like glow rods and stuff of that nature around to light up the space as needed, but it's not like bright light. You see that? I'll tell you. You see that off in the distance before you even get quite close. What do you want to do from there? You haven't encountered anything other than stone hallways and a metal floor the entire time. By the way, just want to ask before something changes. That's all.
Yeah, it's would we need to re-roll stealth, or would we be able to make perception checks?
You would either maintain your current stealth if you want to try to perceive from where you're at. You certainly can.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think I would like to try to perceive from where I'm at the moment, just to get a better idea of what we're coming into.
So everybody who's interested in rolling a perception check, roll me a perception check.
That's a...
Just be reminded that you have a very limited field of view into what you can tell is a large room.
Yep.
This is just
And limited view of 16.
Okay,
I'm so good at these, you guys. I got a 3.
Second. We have multiple
Yeah.
party members with negative perception. That's astounding, and I love it. Okay, so R5, you got a 16. Dread, I believe you also rolled.
Yes,
Yep.
I got
You rolled a 3.
I got a 3.
Go to 3. And Kiba, you rolled a
19.
nice, and Harry Johnson Inubuzz just
Doesn't care.
doing what he does,
Yep.
where he's like, I don't give two shits. Yeah, the three of you who are taking just that quickest, briefest second to look, what you can see into the room ahead of you, it's about 50 feet to like the edge of the corridor before it opens up. You can see slightly off to one side there's some kind of structure. To the right side there's like a little bit of some other kind of structure. And in the middle there's a bit of a, it's not quite a spotlight, but there's like kind of a cone of light that descends out of the bits of darkness onto the floor, and you see a small pile of something there. Yeah, everybody except for Dread sees that. Dread, you're just fascinated by how smoothly they carved out the stone of the moon itself for the hallway.
Can't say shit.
You're like, how did they manage to get wiring through all of these walls without leaving any traces? It doesn't make sense. How do you do that? It's inorganic and organic at the same time.
Sorry, can't say poodoo.
Poodoo. So yeah, that's what you guys see ahead of you. You're pretty far away. You're, let's see. So you're 50 feet from the edge of the room at this point, and then from there, the little pile you see is an extra 150 feet, so it's 200 feet away. You really can't see much clearly from your current position, but yeah.
So, did we have a way to actually undo the security doors here, or are we just...
Well, that's your use, so
Oh,
I've had it.
Okay. Well, alright, and I guess let's find whoever we're trying to rescue here.
That's your job, isn't it? Scout ahead, check for traps.
That's
Open
usually been my
doors.
job. Recently, Umbrin was part of that, but, well, I've got to be the one to figure out. What is she... Do we know what May looks like, or whoever we're trying to rescue? Who are we trying to rescue again?
We know exactly what May looks like. We just saw her, like, less than an hour ago.
Oh, yeah, we're not trying to rescue her. We're trying to rescue someone else.
My God.
What do
Are
they
you
look
okay?
like?
Are you alright? Seriously.
Did you fry a circuit or something? Is there like...
I mean, a long time ago, but not recently.
So this whole time you thought we were saving May. That was the one person you
His
were
wife.
referring to.
No, I knew we were
This
trying
whole
to
ti-
rescue... I knew we were trying to rescue somebody.
Did you honestly think that Umbrin's wife came into the shop to hire us to save her from Zintar's palace where she was currently being held?
I mean, she wanted us to rescue somebody, but I wasn't really clear on, like, who that was.
Alright, we're gonna figure this out. You, go on ahead and tell us what you see and we'll let you know if it's important.
This is gonna have to clean out your memory banks or something.
Look, okay, like, I'm cool with that, but I would also like to know who I'm supposed to be looking out for if I'm gonna be putting myself out there.
Oh my God, I'm just gonna start walking.
Harry Johnson, in particular. Harry Johnson Inyaba. Sorry, I forget that Johnson Inyaba is your last name, and for some reason I just only want to say Harry Johnson. I don't know why. That's just where I
It's
go.
all good.
So you step into this large room in front of you. I figure any combination you'll know who I'm talking about. So you step into this large room. You can tell it's a very big, like rectangular shaped room overall that's once again been cut out of the stone that makes up the moon itself. Probably about 100 foot tall ceilings. It kind of fades off into darkness towards the edge, but you're pretty sure with your own dark vision that it's about 100 feet. To your right, you see a massive collection of distinctly unmarked large cube-shaped crates stacked in various groups that are about 20 feet tall. Here, actually, I'll drag you onto where you're standing on the map so you can know what the heck I'm talking about. The rest of you are not quite in there yet, so you'll find out when you get there. So there you go, Harry Johnson. You should be able to see something on the map now.
Yes.
Cool. So you're not quite in the square, so just move yourself into a proper square. So yeah, to your right, meaning the north, you see those unmarked crates. And then to your left, you can see that there is a long metal thing down to like the south, if you will. That it goes out quite a ways into the room. It's about 15 feet tall. You just kind of see the room extends out beyond your vision into the darkness past that. And then there's a bit of a gap on that southern side, and then there's a similar looking container that extends to the very far wall. From that, both of them seem to be fairly hastily welded together. And actually, you can, I believe, see over here, there is on the end of that far container on the southern side, which I'll ping a couple times just to make sure.
Okay.
You can see that there's the blue glow of a force field. You figure it's probably operating as a door, more or less, because you can see the other wall from where you're at. Yeah, so you see all of that over there, and then in the middle of the room, where there's that big old lovely upward pointing arrow that's there. You see what is very clearly a lift, like a repulsor lift of some kind. That it's like most repulsor lifts you've encountered are like contained inside of a cylinder. This one seems to be a freestanding thing where it's like a big old square in the ground where you could load cargo onto it, and you can use the repulsor lifts to lift it up to the surface level because you know you're below the surface of the planet or the moon at this particular point.
Oh god.
So yeah, you have strutted on it. It's not like brightly lit, but it's well lit enough you can see just fine for anywhere that isn't a very drastically far distance away from your current position. And in the middle, actually, in the middle of that pile, or in the middle of the lift over there, you see a pile of what looks like binders of some kind, just piled up over there. And that's yeah, collectively that's what you see. Wherever your line of sight stops towards like the north and the west, for like breaking out angles, that's just where the edges of the crates are that are stacked up.
Okay.
And again, they're 20 feet or so tall, kind of stacked on top of each other in very large piles collectively, like all shoved together, like end of Raiders of the Lost Ark style. Like there's little aisles between them, but it's like big old piles of boxes. So yeah, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna run back to the guys and say, I found the drugs! I found them, guys! You're not gonna believe
How did you know there were drugs, Kirby? How did you know there were drugs? God damn it.
Wait, were we here for drugs or were we here for people? I'm kind of confused.
You're right. I did find like a force field, but I was too preoccupied with the drugs. There's so many of them. We need to get our hands on them now. Come on. I'm just gonna tell them to follow me and continue back into the...
Alright, let's go.
But do I need to jet myself up, or how am I getting up there?
Well, once you walk in, you'll figure it out. You know, May Boone may be up there. Who knows?
No, I mean physically getting up there, like, not too much. Would you mind carrying me up there? Or?
We're gonna get you a nice oil bath whenever we get where we're going.
What?
Let's go to the force field. That seemed a little more directly important.
Yep.
As soon as you guys get into this area, you do hear a voice coming from the walls, basically. You're not quite sure where exactly it originates from, but you do hear the sound of, I mean, you've heard her voice before. Xanis Hayes, once again, is speaking to you all.
Ah, good. You survived. And here I thought today was going to turn out to be dreadfully boring. Kiba, I have left you a collection of binders there for you and your friends, out of a sense of professional courtesy. Put them on yourselves and I'll take you to Zintar with minimal harm. Or, I could forcibly put them on you all myself. One must continue to practice their craft, after all, to keep themselves sharp. What do you choose?
And at the start of next week, we're going to roll initiative, everybody.
I'd like one last word
By all means.
before we cut.
By all means.
Was that a pun on my name?
You get nothing in response to your question. Every single person in the entire warehouse just goes silent for but a moment. And then next week, we're going to roll initiative to start the combat again. Hey, you guys bought the Rancor and you beat it.
Yeah.
And I've already got an outro that I recorded for Sam. So,
Cool.
you
So
can
we're
just slot
out.
that in.
We're
So
actually
we're
out.
out. And there you have another thrilling session of Starships and Scoundrels. Remember to subscribe and tune back in next week to see what else may happen to the crew of the Mayday. If you don't want to wait quite that long, go ahead and check out the channel because we have tons of other videos about RPGs, board games, video games, movies, pretty much everything nerdy under the sun. Thanks as always for watching, and may the Force be with you.